Hey there everyone! Welcome back to our channel. In today's thrilling episode, we'll be diving deep into the world of military encounters and shedding light on how the US military absolutely smoked Russian mercenaries. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any of our incredible content. Alright, let's jump right in. The setting. Let's take a closer look at the backdrop of this intense encounter. On February 7, 2018, the war-torn country of Syria had been enduring a devastating civil war for nearly 7 years. The US-led coalition forces, comprising soldiers from various countries, were stationed at a strategically crucial base near the city of Deir, ez-Zor. The area was a hotbed of activity and tension, as multiple factions were fighting tooth and nail for dominance. The ongoing Syrian civil war had created a complex web of alliances and rivalries, with ISIS, Russian-backed Syrian government forces, and numerous rebel groups all struggling for control. This volatile situation had given rise to a dangerous environment, with the constant risk of violent confrontations between opposing forces. At the heart of this chaos, the US-led coalition was determined to carry out their mission. Their primary goals were to eradicate ISIS from the region and support their Syrian allies in their ongoing battle against terrorism. However, these objectives put them on a collision course with various factions, including the Russian-backed Syrian government forces and the Russian mercenaries, who had their own strategic interests in the region. As tensions continued to mount, it became apparent that an explosive confrontation was inevitable. The players. Let's meet the key players in this dramatic encounter. On one side, we have the US military, made up of highly trained and well-equipped soldiers. They are committed to eliminating ISIS and supporting their Syrian allies in the fight against terrorism. On the other side, we have the Russian mercenaries, the so-called Wagner Group. These guys are a notorious private military company with a reputation for getting their hands dirty. It's essential to note that these mercenaries aren't officially part of the Russian military, but their connections to Moscow run deep. The tension builds. In the days leading up to the encounter, the US military was on high alert. They had been closely monitoring the movements of the Russian mercenaries, specifically the Wagner Group, as they edged closer and closer to the US-led coalition base. The intelligence gathered by the US military revealed a buildup of forces and heavy weaponry, indicating that the mercenaries were planning something significant. As the Wagner Group's forces amassed near the American position, it became increasingly clear that a confrontation was not only imminent, but unavoidable. Both sides were aware of each other's presence, and the tense atmosphere only served to heighten the sense of urgency and anticipation. The attack. On February 7th, the fateful day arrived. The Russian mercenaries, numbering over 500 heavily armed fighters, decided to strike. Supported by a formidable arsenal of artillery, tanks, and multiple launch rocket systems, they advanced towards the US-led coalition base, intending to catch the Americans off guard. However, the Americans were far from unprepared. As soon as the attack began, the US military rapidly swung into action, displaying their readiness and adaptability in the face of adversity. F-22 Raptors and AC-130 gunships were scrambled, taking to the skies to provide air support and defend their comrades on the ground. Meanwhile, MQ-9 Reaper drones circled overhead, their advanced surveillance capabilities allowing them to gather vital intelligence on enemy movements and positions. What followed was nothing short of a masterclass in military precision and technological prowess. The US military showcased their unparalleled tactical skills and state-of-the-art weaponry, demonstrating their ability to adapt and respond to threats with speed and efficiency. The stage was set for a dramatic and brutal confrontation between these two formidable adversaries. The US military strikes back. As the Russian mercenaries advanced, the US military sprang into action. They knew that time was of the essence, and they had to act decisively to counter the threat. The F-22 Raptors, the epitome of stealth and advanced avionics, swooped in like birds of prey, targeting the enemy with pinpoint accuracy. Dropping precision-guided munitions on the advancing Russian mercenaries, they dealt a significant blow to their adversaries' momentum. Meanwhile, the AC-130 gunships, nicknamed Spooky for their ability to rain death from above, unleashed a torrent of firepower upon the enemy forces. Their devastating arsenal of machine guns, cannons, and howitzers tore through the ranks of the Russian mercenaries, causing chaos and confusion. The MQ-9 Reaper drones played a vital role as well, providing real-time intelligence on the location and movements of enemy forces. This invaluable information allowed the US military to conduct targeted strikes with deadly precision, further weakening the Russian mercenaries and throwing their assault into disarray. With the US military's swift and calculated response, you might be wondering how they managed to dismantle their opponents so effectively. Let's delve deeper into the key factors that contributed to this decisive victory and explore the elements that made the US military such a formidable force in this encounter. Technological superiority. First and foremost, the US military's technological superiority played a significant role in this encounter. The F-22 Raptors, AC-130 gunships, and MQ-9 Reaper drones are all cutting-edge pieces of military hardware that gave the Americans a distinct advantage over the Russian mercenaries. These advanced aircraft allowed for precision strikes, real-time intelligence gathering, and overwhelming firepower that the Wagner Group simply couldn't match. Training and experience. Another key factor in the US military's victory was the training and experience of their personnel. The American forces are some of the best trained and most experienced in the world, and this showed in their ability to adapt and respond quickly to the evolving situation. The US military's rigorous training programs and combat experience in various theaters around the world allowed them to maintain composure and execute their strategies effectively, even in the face of an overwhelming enemy force. Coordination and teamwork. Coordination and teamwork also played a crucial role in the success of the US military's operation. The seamless communication between air and ground forces, as well as the rapid sharing of intelligence, enabled the Americans to anticipate and counter the Russian mercenaries' every move. This level of coordination allowed the US forces to make full use of their technological and tactical advantages, further tilting the odds in their favor. Underestimation of US forces. The Russian mercenaries made a critical error in underestimating the capabilities and determination of the US military. Perhaps they believed that their numerical superiority and heavy weaponry would be enough to overpower the American forces. However, they failed to take into account the skill, technology, and resolve of the US military. This miscalculation proved to be a costly mistake, as the Russian mercenaries were swiftly and decisively defeated. Aftermath and lessons learned. The aftermath of the battle was sobering. Estimates suggest that over 200 Russian mercenaries were killed and many more were wounded. In stark contrast, the US-led coalition forces sustained no casualties in the encounter. The battle served as a stark reminder of the power and capabilities of the US military. It also highlighted the importance of robust training, technological superiority, and effective coordination in modern warfare. So there you have it, folks. The incredible story of how the US military smoked Russian mercenaries in Syria. This encounter serves as a testament to the professionalism and prowess of the US armed forces and offers valuable insights into the ever-evolving landscape of modern warfare. If you enjoyed this thrilling tale, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. And of course, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our latest content. Until next time, take care and stay curious.